the man down, bullies, blow the man down.
To me way, blow the man down.
Blow the man down, bullies, blow him away.
Give me some time to blow the man down. We went over the bar on the 13th of May. Way, blow the man down. The Gallagher jumped and the gale came away. Give me some time to blow the man down.
As I was a-walking down Paradise Street,
Blow the man down.
a saucy young damsel I happened to meet.
Give me some time to blow the man down.
I says to her, Polly, how do you do?
To me way.
Alrighty, now let's do the inside. I think. So, every place that we put a hinge on the outside, we also want to put a hinge on the inside. It reinforces it. Perfect. I'm just what's in there. Okay, so we got one on each side. Now, we want to, before we close this back up, I think we should put a piece here for these little drawers to sit on. So, let's see what I have here. This piece is a scrap piece and it fits like perfectly. I'm pretty sure this is the bottom. Yeah, this is going to be, yeah. Okay, so this is a scrap piece and it measures like 3 3/4 over by 6. And it's not going to reach all the way to the back. It's going to be like a 1/4 inch back here. It doesn't have to. We don't mind. Yep, I think we're good there. So I'm going to make some hinges and we're just going to put them on the bottom of this on all 4 sides, or all three of the 4 sides, because it doesn't reach all the way to the back. I think we are going to end up just a tiny bit short on chipboard as far as using just the 2 sheets, because if I use this for this space here, like I could just use a strip, but I want to, I mean, if you pull these drawers out, you'll be able to see in there, so I want to use something nice. Anyways, if you, I'm the base drawer, the bottom of that's going to be pretty big. And we still need, you know, 3 sides of each of the drawers and the back. So yeah, we're gonna have to go into some scraps of chipboard. So if you have 3 pieces of chipboard, you should have enough. Oh, I am going to do one other thing before I put this on. Okay. So while, let these gussets dry. While those are drying, I want to show you something. Because we are putting a drawer here on the bottom of this, the chipboard has a rough texture. What I'd like to do is maybe put some washi tape on it to make it slide in and out. You put washi tape on the bottom, you put washi tape on the bottom of the drawer, and the pieces will slide in and out easier. So I'm going to use this washi tape that kind of coordinates. I got these on sale at Joann's for super cheap. And you want it to run this way, because if you tape it long ways, you could hit, you could hit the pieces of washi and it would be like, I don't know how to explain it. You could get it caught on the washi. And you don't have to do it exactly. Like I can trim this off here. So just kind of. Washi has a smooth surface. You can use something else that has a smooth surface if you'd like, but I just find that this works fine for the purpose. And it's cute. That's one surface I don't have to worry about covering. The other thing is that this is not as thick as chipboard or cardstock would be. Even if you paint it, it's not going to be smooth like this. Washi tape's pretty smooth. There we go. Let's see here. Didn't think about that. It's not, it doesn't sit on the ground. Okay, we're gonna cover that, but still, let's at least get some of the overhang off. There we go. Good enough for now. Okay. We'll have options for that. We can cover it with a small strip of paper, we can cover it with more washi tape, whatever. The inside doesn't matter. It's kind of sticky. That's not good. That kind of defeats the whole purpose. This is a powder tool from EK Success. Just making sure it's not as sticky, but this is like baby powder, so. Okay, the other thing I want to do is, I think we do want to put a little piece of chipboard here and here. so that the drawer, when it comes in and out, it can't go from side to side. So we'll just make that 3 inches, and I'm going to go ahead and cover that with the washi tape too. That'll be a little easier. Whoops. Okay, 10-hole scissors. It doesn't have to be really straight. I'll do 3. Well, let's do 3.5 inches. That'll give me a little extra room. Yeah, see, this is definitely sticking. I think the washi tape I got on sale was on sale because it was getting old. Now for these, because we took the time to put the washi tape on to make it the surface smooth, and I don't want buildup, I'm only putting the gussets on the outside, which is still on the inside, but just on this side, not on the washi tape side. Cut 2 of those, 1 for each one. You can make anything like this. Just all you need is some chipboard and some scrap paper and some glue, and you can make any structure you want. It's one of my favorite things to do. Houses and buildings. I have some other ideas. Getting time to implement those ideas is different, huh? Okay, so we put it on the gussets on the outside, the hinges, whatever you want to call them, and it's going to be hard to get to in here, but we still can. You can kind of use the washi as a guide, and I'm just going to use my anything you have to push up to make sure the gussets are touching so that they'll stick. There we go. See how that envelops it? Do the same with this side. Make sure that you're putting it on the right side. This one doesn't matter, but the little tiny one. You want on this side. It's still too big. You see how you get to use like every single piece of paper you have? Okay, and then the same. Okay. There you go. And if you want to measure to make sure that you have these far enough apart, you just take your drawer front, slide it down between them. If your drawer front fits, then you got them far enough apart. Yeah, I mean, you want to do that before it dries, obviously. Okay, and you can take your washi tape once these are dry and put them in your seams here and here on this side. You don't have a gusset there, but you can use the washi tape to reinforce it and to cover up anything that like I'm a little off as far as centered. This washi tape is kind of sucky. Not happy with that at all. Oh, I'm gonna have to use a different one. This one has whales on it, same colors. So I just put it in the corner. There we go. Oh, I just put my fingernail right through that. Okay, let's try this again with the corners. Get my dog wants outside, of course. There we go. That worked. Do the same with this side. Go. Trim the front. I'm going to use a smaller pair of scissors. Now, okay, so yeah, I'm good with that. Tuck all this under here. Now, I do want I'm gonna need a lid for that. That's 6 inches. This will be fine. It's just another scrap. Where's my, I think that's 4 inches, right? No, I cut it at 3. And again, we're going to put the washi tape on it, running this direction. And I'll just use that whale washi tape. There we go. And again, this is for friction. So there's not that much friction on it. This one's kind of sticky too. I'm not pleased with this washi tape. There we go. I use this tool. Hopefully it won't stick. And then we'll just put 2 hinges on it. You want them glued to this side, and then we're just going to glue them on top to the outside like that. Okay. And then I think the back I'm just going to leave open. And then I have to decide how big, how long I want my drawer. Like, it can go, well, I don't want it to go further back than the thing, so I'll just let it go the whole 4 inches, I think. Whoops. And this will just set on top of here. I want it pushed up against the front. And then make sure your hinges get glued down. Okay, and then we'll put another gusset here. I'm never gonna see the we're never gonna see the inside of this, so just keep that in mind. Now this one is for under these 2 drawers. Here. So just in the middle, I'm gonna put the washi tape, just where those drawers are. They're 2 inches wide, so I'm just going to use my mat here to, and this one we're running long ways because the drawers slide in that direction. Oh, you know what? This is that's not the right one, guys. Right, it's this one. What do you think about this? Is that the right direction? I guess it doesn't matter. You want them to go down. Yeah, so this is the way. There we go. if my washi tape is normal, you won't have to do this step. Mine's not. Okay. And then this piece is going to go this way. So, glue. I think I may or may not have lost my pen for my glue. There it is. I'll put that over there. Alright. So, we're putting the gussets down so that they don't interfere with the drawers. Okay. Pull this. And you just want to make sure that it's sitting right underneath your windows. It doesn't come up over your windows, but it's sitting right underneath them. Okay, and then I just take my scissors or whatever you have and just push down those gussets to secure them to the walls. That should work. That side the scissors won't fit. Let's use the ruler. Bone folder, whatever you can stick in there. Alright. Interesting, huh? Okay. Now, we'll make a gusset for the front. Alright, I think we're ready to yeah, we can close it now. Well, say if we're going to oh, I'm gonna have to get another piece of, well, let me see, I got my scraps. I can get my scraps out here. Chipboard, you can use a full piece if you don't have scraps. We're gonna need a couple pieces because I decided that I want to encase these boxes just like I did down there. And in this case, we'll just do the whole, all three sides, and we'll just make it go all the way through. So essentially what we'll be doing is encasing this, and then we'll put a divider between them. So let's do the left and right side. So this needs to be 6 by 2. It's a little over 6, that's fine. A tiny bit over 6 is fine. This is 12, right? Yeah, so let's cut this down to 2 and then cut it in half. Save that, we'll be using it. Oops. 6. 3 pieces, 6 by 2. One side has to have the washi on each of them. This one's gonna do the same thing. It's not gonna pull off easy. These are about to go in the trash. I can get this one to work either. And it just irritates me. I'm gonna find out what brand this is. I still have the packaging. I'll tell you guys what brand it is so you don't get any of it. I got it from Joann's. It was on sale. I mean, it was probably old product. That's why it was on sale. But you don't expect this, I guess. Sometimes if you peel it off slower. I will try. I will try to peel it off slower and not be impatient. Oops. Sometimes the ones with foil on them just come off better. Yeah, see, it's made out of something totally different, seemingly. Or it's gone through a secondary process that makes it just different. So I didn't really want to use this for this, but I definitely will. One, it's more narrow. Let's see one more. Not really worried that it's two different tapes. I mean, it's kind of it's on the inside, so it's not meant to be looked at. You'll see it, but it's not meant to be looked at. This is primarily just for the ease of sliding those in and out. Okay. So 1 out of 3 is not bad. This, yeah, this tape doesn't have that stickiness on it like the other two did. If it's sticky, it kind of defeats the purpose. That's why I'm doing this. Okay, so we're gonna hinge all outside. Outside. We'll use that one on the top. We'll use this one. Okay, so you love these hinges. You just like take them, cut them to whatever size you want. I'll need 2 for the bottom. Okay, so let's do the outside. put this here. Is that the front? This is the front. So I'm going to put that on this side. Yeah. Okay, there's one. Okay, I'm gonna go let my doggy in. He's scratching at the door. You just line it up with the drawer spot. Make sure it doesn't come out over. It has to line up flush with the back of it. You don't want your drawer to get interference there. Okay. This side is going to go here. So hinges go on the opposite side because we don't want the hinges on the inside. And I'll go ahead and make it so that decorative washi, the gold foil's at the bottom. So that the little thingies, little C coils, is it a coil? Coral, not coil, curl, you know what I mean. Okay, same with this one. Make sure it's on the outside. Make sure it's flush with the outside of the window here, not sticking out on the inside. On both sides. I think I may have something a little crooked, but we're just going to deal with that. You see what I mean? Like, it's not as big here as it is. It's smaller here than here, but that's alright. Okay. I'm not worried about it. I really am not. Okay, so your inside here is 6 inches. This is going to be a divider between the two drawers so that when you pull one drawer out, the other one doesn't slide all the way in. So again, with the washi tape, this is purely for decorative purposes because just in case for some reason somebody wants to look on the inside when the drawers are out, it'll all match. And we do have to put a hinge on the inside, but we'll cover it with washi tape after it's in. See how that was? Because one, I don't want to have a lip of cardstock that my drawers hit when you push them in. And I think the washi tape will help get rid of that. And then, well, that's basically the only reason. I gotta make sure this is gonna, oh. Let's see. I gotta make sure this is gonna fit before I stick it in there, before I. Yeah, I think this is a little too big. Let me see if I put it in this way. I'm gonna put it in this way. Okay, it fits better this way. The whales are crooked, but if somebody is going to look that close at the inside, I'm just gonna say they're gonna have a little more than a few critiques. And my whales being crooked won't be a huge concern. Okay, here. And you could have prevented having to put the hinges on the outside if you would have separated both of these, but that sounds like way too much work to me. Okay, now what is important is to get it halfway between Sorry guys, I'm gonna put my head in the... I'll move it so I can see. That is pretty darn close. Good enough anyways. Okay, so let's go ahead and put some hinges here and here. If you guys want to call these something other than hinges, because they don't really bend, so they're not hinges, tell me what to call them. I call them gussets sometimes. I don't really think they're gussets either, because they're not gussets. They kind of are. I mean, if you think of like gussets in the technical sense. I'll quit rambling. Okay, so just make sure that, again, your front hair is lined up here. I'm beginning to think that what I thought was off there is a bow in the chipboard that this will fix. And if you notice, these aren't as long as the pieces that they're going on, and that's fine. They don't have to be. These are inside gussets. Yeah, I think that's going to straighten that out some. You see how much straighter that is now that I put those gussets on the outside? Because this was just bowing. Just like this side is here. Let's see if the gussets fix that side. Okay. Again, line it up with the inside of that. I want to call it a window, because it is a window, in the chipboard. Same with this side. Okay. Now I am not going to gusset this on the inside because it's already got enough buildup, but I'm just going to take, well, and this, I was going to cover this up, but I'm thinking that even though I want to cover it up because it's black, and I want to cover it up because of this ridge that the chipboard makes there, I'm thinking that putting tape on it in a piece is going to give a chance to curl up. Like your drawer will be coming in and then it'll get stuck, and then this will just curl up and it's going to cause more trouble. So I'm not going to do that. I changed my mind. I'm going to leave it the way it is. Okay. If you want to, you can try it, or you can put that piece in there before you put all the washi tape on it, and that would solve that problem too. you can put the washi on all at the same time. And it would go all the way to the outside. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put gussets on the top of this since I didn't gusset it to the sides. We're going to gusset it to the top. And what you do is you just make it flush with the top of the divider on both sides. Here. And then this is going to go over top. So put glue on both gussets. And then stick this right on top where you want it to go. And then we're going to gusset the rest of this on. Put your finger in the hole and push up on that gusset. Okay, now hopefully gusseting this part will take the rest of the bow out here. I may have cut and folded enough of these. Oops. I'm going to do one side at a time. And I'm going to pretty much let that dry completely because I want to pull it together. I want that to be as tight as it can be. A lot of things I'll let dry, or before it dries I'll keep working with it. This one I want to make sure is dry. And it's going to stick. Okay, just want to double check everything here. Oh. Oh. This one wants to come out. I may have to do something here because this side wants to keep sinking in. But I'm going to, it may fix itself too, so we'll see. Okay, that side's dry. Gotta love art glitter glue. It's that fast. I have a secondary glue too, just in case I run out. The art glitter glue doesn't ship to Ohio in the winter time, so if I don't have enough, I have to have a backup. Okay, and you can see where that bow is coming out. Like I'm pushing on this to try and make it take that bow away. And you're like, well, where's it gonna go? Well, it won't, paper doesn't shrink, but it will bend a little. Okay, what do you guys think? Okay, I'm gonna gusset here and here. Doesn't have to be a complete gusset either. Okay, now, you have a decision to make now on what you want to do. Because we're going to close this up, and then you will not be able to get to the inside again. So, if you were going to put anything with brads that have to go through, to the inside of this box, now would be the time to do it. Like the feet that I showed you, if I was going to use them, I would have had to do it before I put this in. If I was going to use those brads, I'm not going to use them, so I'm not worried about it. But anything that needs to go on the inside of this box has to be done now, before we put this flap up and add the next element to the inside. Okay, I think we're ready. I think we're going to close her up. I'm going to gusset here under this lip. And then we're going to go over. It goes here. Flush with the back. Same on this side. Here. This is the upper part. And then I'm going to go ahead and get my outside gussets ready because I want to put those on pretty much as soon as I close this, because I don't want it misformed. And these you want close. You want to be the size of the box. Okay. Alright. So there is going to be no way, well, you could at an angle get these gussets to stick at the bottom because we left the back of this open. Okay. I just want to make sure they stick. Now I'm going to get my outside pieces ready. Because these pieces aren't lining up, I just want to make sure that everything is where it needs to be. And by putting this piece on, we should be able to achieve that. Like this piece should square up the box. And then those inside gussets can move accordingly. Okay. Same here. Square up that corner by pushing everything out to hit the gusset. Okay. And at this point you will see how stout this box actually is. No worries about it collapsing. just wrapping up the outside of the box. Alright, yeah, this is like one of those projects at school that you could put like 20 books on top of and it wouldn't collapse at this point. It is hefty. So I have this piece that I'm going to cut down and I'm going to put it on the inside. It's going to sit right on top of this box. Looks like I need about 1/4 inch off there, and I'll just mark it. So, okay, so when you guys get to the inside dimensions of this box, they are going to vary. So my suggestion is to put your pieces where you want them and tick off where you need to cut. And this is inside to inside, so it's not going to be sitting on top. It's going to be inside. So you have some options here. I am going to put a flat piece in there and then make drawer dividers like a jewelry box would have. This could also be used to hold albums if you wanted to decorate the inside here. And you could put folios down on both sides and then have another like a little tray just in the middle. That would work. I'm just going to, like I said, do the whole jewelry box thing. So we're gonna go. I don't have a whole lot of like beach pictures. When I put the haul video up, I did tell everybody a story about my daughter who used to watch the Australian kids show H2O, and she was obsessed, and she swore, whoop, I don't think I did that right. Oh, sorry. She swore she could become a mermaid by using the mermaid spell that they do. I don't know what that is, but I'm going to look it up because I may add it to this. See how that fit down in there? The problem is I can't get it back out. There we go. This side is a little wonky. I'm going to... This side's lower than this side. How? I have no idea. But I am going to fix it by adding this little gusset. I can tell you, I do have an idea. I think what happened is that when I cut my sides, this side is lower than this side. So, that's better. That's exactly, I mean, that's what I want, right? I've gusseted it, I cut that to fit, and it fits, and it's time to gusset this in. This is it. This is the top part. And then I have a really neat idea. I have no clue if it's going to work or not. For the inside, I was thinking that I could do like a felt, if I could find a felt paper, or just like the you know, the kids felt that you can get in like the 8.5 by 11 sheets. I was gonna do that, and I thought, you know, that's boring. That's what I thought. So I have another idea. We're gonna try it. If it don't work, I don't know. I have to take some apart, I guess. The other thing you can do is if you have like a music box, you can, you know, you can put it in here. I don't have one. I looked for one. I couldn't find one in a timely manner, so no jewelry, no music box for this jewelry box. It still may be a little crooked, but it's not as bad as it was. But before we decorate the inside of this box, I'm going to show you guys the how to make these drawers, because it's not as easy as you think it is. Not as easy as it seems to be, just because of the buildup of... Cute, guys. I love it. Do you like it? I'm gonna find some more scrap, and we'll make however many compartments we think we need, and you just do that the same way you did everything else. Alrighty. Okay, so looking at my box, I noticed that I had, let me get this in focus. This side sticking out just a tiny bit further than this side on the back. There. And you see why? Because I didn't cut it straight the second time. So I'm going to sand that off. That's not gonna focus, but it's much better now. Okay, and then let me see if everything else looks okay. This is going to be the top, so yeah, I think we're okay there. Looks like I'm sticking out a little far there, but it's just gonna have to be that way. Okay. Let's make some dividers. So, however you want to do it, depending on what you're going to put up here, you can just leave it the way that it is, and you can put like a folio or album in there. Let's make dividers. I want to make dividers. So, 1, 2, 3 this way. And we're going to do this the same way we did the other inside dimension, and that's just mark it, because they vary a little bit depending on if you got everything flush, if, you know, there's like a buildup of chipboard or paper or, you know, whatever. Okay, so cut this here. Zoom me out a little bit so you guys can see what I'm doing. Alright, this is going to go here, and then let's go ahead and mark where it needs to be cut off here. And it doesn't have to be cut off flush with the top. Let's go a little under the top. So like maybe right, oops. Yeah, I got a little bit of mark there. It's right there. So I think I'm gonna like cut that in half. I may be able to use it twice here and here. Let's see. Let's see how close we get. 1, 2. Now that we have that, let's go ahead and use the It's a little hard that it's so narrow. It moved a little bit on me, but that's all right. I think I'll be able to cut the rest of it with like my Tim Holtz scissors. So you could do, like, if you wanted to put necklaces in here, you could do like several of these. Normally, I think jewelry boxes have like 1 in the middle and then 2 here and here. Is that what you want to do? I don't even know. So, okay, it's 6 inches, so we'll put one at 2, one at 4. We'll start there, using the same hinge system as we have been. I cut 4 of these. Hinges this size. Yeah, essentially these little pieces end up being like 5/8 of an inch. This side. I'm running out of glue. Did I already say that? Guess I should have marked the 2 inches on the side, considering I can't really see that when I go to put this on. I don't know. I mean, honestly, it's good enough. You can put some little gussets here and here. so that they don't flop back and forth. Oh, I hit the camera. Sorry, guys. Hit the camera with my head. Oh, I forgot to glue this one on. Alright, I think that's all I'm gonna do, really. I'm not gonna put any... I'm not gonna put one across there. We're good with that. I'm good with that. So let's do... Should we do the inside decorations next? Nah, not yet. Let's start on the big drawer, I guess. So we started with like a 1-ish by 5. And that's this here. And it fits right in there. I'm not going to put it in there because I don't want to lose it. And then I cut this to like 5 by 4, and then I realized that this is no longer 5 inches, so I marked it just like we did the other, and I cut a little bit off. Okay, now what you have to do to size this is push your piece all the way down in. If it doesn't slide in and out well, sand it on one side. That slides out better. You don't want to pull the handle or whatever off while you're sliding the drawer in and out. Okay. So you're just taking like a 1/16 off, 32nd off at a time. Okay. Then you slide this piece in so it fits snug in there. Now, if it is flush with this here, it's wrong because this has to sink down in and it has to sit on top of that piece. So, you want to be able to put that piece in there and then set this inside, having it flush with the front of this. Don't push it all the way in. You won't be able to get it out. The other thing is that since I have that washi tape on there, this is now a little too big. Sanding it off. Okay, that's gonna fit much better. I'm going to commit to that. So I'm going to make an inside gusset here. We do not want to put an outside gusset on it. It won't fit. We're gonna have to do something, but you know, in order for it to be stable. But I may put a gusset on it, or actually I'm gonna use an outside gusset, and then we'll probably have to sand a little bit more off, because this is 060 paper. 60 pound paper, right? 60 pound paper. Which consequently means that there's 60 sheets in a pound. Did you guys know that? I didn't know it. Make sure that this is facing the right direction, which it's not right now. I made it so that it faced, I marked the box so that I could tell which way this was supposed to go. Let's try that again. Make sure you gusset the bottom, not the top of the drawer. This is the drawer. Okay. Once that's on there, then we can okay. This is the easiest way that I found to do this, guys, without doing a whole bunch of calculations in like the 16ths. So, and it depends on, like, I could give you guys measurements, but it really just depends on, you know, if you're doing something like this and you have one gusset an 1/8 inch off, it's going to throw it off. So it's really not worth going through and doing all the dimensions. It's just easier to show you how to figure it out, just in case. Okay, so there's our front. Now that we have this is the size of our drawer, minus we may have to shave some off because what I told you before, adding this paper to it. This is what we got to remember. We don't want to go any longer than this, and we don't want to go any higher than this. So when we put our sides on, I'll show you. Oh, and we don't want to go any longer. Did I say that? Than this? I think I did. When we put our sides on, they have to go to the inside. You can see, as soon as it gets into focus, this is too long. It's not going to work. It can't be above this. And it's too long this way. Just by a 1/16th, maybe even a 32nd of an inch. So instead of cutting, we're going to sand. Okay, I'm good on the length now, it looks like, but I still got too much up here. I'm gonna say I still need just a tiny bit. Maybe even a 1/64 of an inch. That's much better. Alright, let's gusset this side on. And this has to go, remember, on the inside. If not, it'll stick out. Looks like I'm still a little too high on that side. It maybe have to do with adding that to the bottom. It's very possible. It could be that I glued it on crooked. Because the front is flush. It could be that I cut it crooked. I do want to make sure that this fits in before I put this back piece on, because that's going to kind of determine how much I have to cut off of that. So if this part's not right, then the other part's not going to be right, and then I'm going to have to do more when it's all put together. And it's easier to do it while it's in pieces. That's very close. Still a little too tight for me. I'm gonna rip the front off that way. I may just take like a 1/16 of an inch off of it with the cutter next time. That's much better. Okay, so now that we know that, this is the other side. I want to take at least that much off, and then the back is here, and the back looks pretty good as far as being short enough, but We're gonna have to take quite a bit off. I want to put this side on first. So knowing what we know now, we need to take some off of this. I'm just going to use the cutter, and I cut it crooked. There we go. It looks like the right length, so we're good there. And we're good on the height now. I may have... I'm going to take just a little bit off the length. Okay, and remember it has to go on top of the drawer. I'm going to put this one on first at the bottom. And then the side on here. And then this one. Not that one. This one. We got this little piece here. We'll use that for the inside gusset. And we'll cut off a piece here for the outside. Okay, and we're going to do the same test that we did before. And I'm still tight on the side there. So I'm just going to sand it down until it's not tight anymore.
Oh, blow the man down, bullies, blow the man down.
To me way, blow the man down.
Blow the man down, bullies, blow him away.
Give me some time to blow the man down. We went over the bar on the 13th of May. Way, blow the man down. Like Gallagher jumped and the gale came away. Give me some time to blow the man down.
As I was a-walking down Paradise Street,
Blow the man down.
a saucy young damsel I happened to meet.
Give me some time